Oh, welcome back my gardening friends. Well, what a difference a little drop of rain makes. It rained Sunday and Monday. That was about 5 days ago, and everything has doubled in growth. I'm losing quite a few of the carrots to the motley dwarf virus, I believe. But the giant red cabbages are romping away. Very few pests affect the red cabbage. They're only under the net just so that it gives them a little bit of shade. Weeds grow without rain, so why shouldn't our plants? Some people water, some people don't. I water. All the new blackberry shoots are growing really quickly now. I need to get those pulled back in. Ideally you need to train them in so they join all together, but this is the best this has been since I did this 5 years ago on hashtag starting a new allotment. Dahlias have doubled in size. I've got to keep an eye on these now, so where it says 8 up, I need to leave 8 of these branches for the flowers, and that's 12 up, and one of them apparently gets massive. Really interesting to see how things go on. And happy Father's Day to everyone. This will go up on Father's Day, and hopefully my son and granddaughter have got me something nice, even if it's only a smile. I've thinned the rhubarb out, getting rid of all the small sticks. I'm going to feed these with my concentrate of liquid manure, and then some liquid comfrey, because these are the sort of sticks I want for Malvern, but they're not going to last for obvious reasons. Ooh, my first raspberry. Excuse me. The first is always the best. Had to deal with an infestation of green fly on the parsnips, and as you can see here, the beet leaf miner is playing havoc. These have had neem oil. I'll put neem oil on my giants, but I won't use neem oil on my eating crops, etc. Comfrey's been cut back and put into the bin. Giant red cabbages outside, looking probably better than inside. That might be to do with how I've built the beds this year with all the manure in. This netting from my sponsor is doing really well. The beetroot are the only ones that haven't gone to seed are actually in here. The link to the Andermatt plastic-free netting is in the description below. So there's what the giant beet. I don't want to mess with the leaves. But they're doing a lot better in here. He's having a look to see if it's gone to seed. It doesn't look like it. But get that leaf out the lens. I can see what I'm doing. No signs of it going to seed at the moment. These carrots, the flaky, they do grow good size. Again, they're doing okay, but I did spray them with some green fly killer, see if it could help. There's a few there just going a little bit yellow, and it won't be long before I'm planting my giant muley radish in this bed. Steve's challenge for the year gave us 1 seed potato. We cut them up. I got 4, so there's 2 plants there and 2 in the far corner, and I've been taking the flowers off them to encourage them to put more growth in the seed instead of the seed potatoes, actual potatoes, instead of the seed pods. Hopefully they'll increase the crop. and it won't be long before I take this lot of comfrey here, giving the bees a last chance of this one, leaving the other one, so they've always got one to look at. So I'll probably be taking in rotation now the 3 lots of comfrey I've got. But I also have found comfrey growing in one of my container pots. That's the Desiree. Might as well leave it in there. I know people add leaves to it, but I've got one growing, so you just have to be careful how whether the birds eat the seeds and just drop it onto your allotments. It can spread quite quickly. So that's just under a third. I've used a third of the water out of the 200 litre barrel there, and they're just taking what they need. I've taken the first cucumber off, and I just ate that. Didn't go home. The only one that I did give a little bit of water because it was looking a little bit unhappy was this one. It probably hadn't got its roots far enough down. But at the moment, everything looks healthy. They're taking exactly much water they want via their wicks, which are in the gutters underneath. And there's the valve that keeps the water to the correct level. And everything looks really good. They only take like I say, only take as much water as they actually need. Because I've used these Corex boards this time, the water's staying crystal clear. You may be able to see all the debris in the bottom just on that far side. That's why I've kept the tap so high up. When I fill this up with water, I turn the tap off so there's no bits go into the little valve. I'll clean the valve out every time I reuse it in the spring. Someone mentioned about using an inner tube. Well, I found one, so I'm going to be interested to see how that works. I'll get the size of the inner tube, and then maybe I can get another one similar to help the wheels of the mobility scooter. No, not off Andermatt, but I'll see if it'll give me better grip to turn the trommel around. I'm trying to take water from every location around my allotments. So if we actually get a thunderstorm today, Sunday, Father's Day, we don't overflow anywhere. I'll show you the other tanks on plot 3 shortly. There's this year's comfrey concentrate. So the stalks, stems, leaves all go into the bin and rot down all on their own. So I haven't found any compost just recently, but you can see we've still got a total of 33,030 litres approximately. In 2021 we got 25 bags, and that's 25 1-ton bags are now in here. And the wasp nest that we found in here, there's still a few wasps about. You might be able to see them, but they didn't like it when I poured my bucket of urine all over them. Mind you, I suppose the wife would be the same. She'd disappear. I'm being a good boy with my giant condor potatoes and stringing them up, so Clive will hopefully be very happy with me, making sure those horns stay upright to ensure enough energy goes into those potatoes to give hopefully a big one. Fruit cage, it's looking better for a trim. I did spray some of these leaves with some green fly killer, and it's made a difference. Don't really need to do it, but I thought I'd just try it. And I have noticed I've been losing a few berries on the floor. I can't see them now, but there was some, and I think that was just to the extreme heat. Or me keep hitting them with my head as I walk through. But there's more than enough there to satisfy any gardener and his granddaughter. Gooseberries are looking nice as well. And one of the red ones was almost ripe. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't ready. Getting more than enough lettuce, green salad bits. I've been fighting with a rocket to stop it going to seed, but I think that can come out now, and then that will give these 2 rows of lettuce a little bit more room to grow. The bees are absolutely loving the asparagus, and I'm keeping an eye out for the asparagus mothy thingy. Keeping an eye out for those. But there's bees everywhere. Pleasure to watch and to listen to. So we're in the brassica cages. I've got 2 covered in the Enviromesh netting, and again, they look really well. Suffering a little bit with the heat, but no apparent damage at the moment. So this sweet corn was sown at the same time but planted at a different time, and you can see the difference, but this is absolutely shot up since we had that drop of rain. Very happy with the carrots this time. It looks like we will be having to sort these out. There's the stage now where we can take the tops off, and I did relent with that hot weather. I did cover these up, and again, once they've got their roots far enough down to take the moisture from way below, I won't have to water these, or I can uncover them, should I say. But you can still see the condensation in there, so it evaporates, condenses on the inside, and then trickles back in again, self-watering. Very happy with those, and I can see in the middle of the screen there a carrot there that's got 2 in, so I'll snip one of those off. So we've got the beet leaf miner there. All I've been doing is taking them off and ensuring the grubs are squished. And here's the these were growing in the cells, left in there far too long, but they're recovering nice, and these were just direct sown and multi-sown. You know, we get more than 1 beetroot off each seed anyway, but I put 3 or 4 seeds in, so hopefully that'll create the small beetroot, easier for pickling. Parsnips have overly doubled in size in the 5 or 6 days since we had the rain. As you can see, still got plenty of water here. Goes all the way around. There's about 6,800 litres in all these barrels, and it seems a while since I used to pump the water from there down to here. Now it does it all for me, because I've got the guttering running this way, fill these up both sides, and I help myself here halfway down the plot. Absolutely ideal. So all those tanks just filter, and I can just draw out this one and it'll take it out all the rest and level out nicely. Not sure what onions we're going to get this time, but whatever I get I will be grateful for. The yellow courgette and the green courgette, I only put this on just to keep it out of the way, but again, watering from the bottom so it doesn't rot the stem. Seems to be working well. And of course, if we don't wet the surface, the slugs have got nowhere to go. They just can't crawl across the dry surface. One of the broad beans got pulled out completely because it was well infested, and I'm keeping an eye on it. And other than the new shoots that have got some just starting, I think it could have been the black bit there, but taking the new shoots off, but keeping an eye on it. If you see ants, you know you've got the black fly, hopefully we'll get a crop this year. I sowed some Firestorm here, saved seed 2019. Well, none of the 2019's come up. One of the 2020 has come up, and I have had a dig around there, and the seeds just haven't germinated. So it's a good job I just kept those to see how many more would actually germinate. There'll be a bit of a mix, but it doesn't matter, it'll fill the space. Phil and Val's Pongo beans survived the blackbirds dragging them out. A successional sowing of radishes. It's coming on nicely. Long beans have started to climb up now. Spring onions didn't mind the transplant, and you can see here the blackbirds haven't come near the mint either, and they were all coming up in the areas that we planted them, and we've got those two areas there either side the beans to plant something else as soon as I get time. Giant sunflowers and the Sun King, which I originally got from Alan from the Dawn Chorus plot. People do keep asking me about Alan from the Dawn Chorus plot. He's just stopped making videos, as you probably know, far too busy at work, and he wants to concentrate on that instead of sharing things with us. So fair play to Alan, and he may be back one day. Just getting some flowers on the some Taraz, is it? Shiraz, more of a red pea. And the sugar snap, got a few flowers there. Bill and Val's pongos. Won't be long, won't be long. These have done really well. A lot of tender, loving care. Second sowing of radishes. Won't be long before they're ready. And we'll clean that up, and we have another excuse me moment. Excuse me, I think they're ready. Can't beat fresh. Before the rain, I'm going to get these garlic in. Silver skin onions. I'm not going to leave them much longer. Don't want them to get too big. The melons haven't died. The 34, well, just under a pound shallots. Most of them are growing really well. Might get some, I'm not sure. Save seed if anything. Spare plants dying to go out. I don't think the wick system on this is working too well. I won't know until I harvest the first of the carrots. I'm sure they can't be too far away now from being ready. Looks like another excuse me moment. It's Father's Day, I can. So it'll be interesting to see whether I need to add any more wicks, which is going to be a bit awkward, but hey ho, we learn by our not mistakes, but it's always difficult to get it completely right with wicks. No, they're not ready yet, Mrs. K. Excuse me. Oh gosh, the smell. That's my first fresh. Oh, it's lovely. Excuse me. And I've been a really good boy, and I've been tying all the tomatoes up and anything else that's in here. Bill and Val's Minnesota. Won't be long before they're up climbing there. And the other successional sowing of the Spanish round. I haven't grown those before. Just opened the fresh packet up. Well, I say it's fresh. It was what was sent me. I don't buy many seed myself. But the giant Eurobies, you just can't get the sense of how big those are. That's the small one, and that's the one that I think is a little bit bigger, but I am a fisherman. It's always bigger than it's always smaller than what you say. But there's the cup. I'm leaving the cup there for future reference and the photos for Facebook. I do grow as many different varieties of cucumber as I can, mainly because you never know. Now last year they did okay, this year it's not doing so good. Telepathy always seems to do good anyway, and then we've got a crystal apple which didn't do very good last year. So it's well worth doing different varieties to ensure you get a crop. And 1 year will never be the same as the next. Slugs seem to like it in there. Left the lid off that and it's gone a little bit green. Hopefully the rest of the water in these barrels is okay, but not too fussed. So this is one area that I'm really pleased with. I'm able to get extra crops in where I need to. If you'd like the content, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down for the interaction, very important. Please, please remember to hit that thumbs up as soon as you can, and of course leave me a comment. Join in with the comments, give the comments a thumbs up if it warrants it. Talk about anything, join in the conversation with somebody else, and why not consider subscribing to see what else I get up to on my allotments. Plots 1 and 3 in North Warwickshire in the UK. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now. The calm before the storm.